I'm Danny Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick. Gracious. Hi. I ran a whole countdown and the show wasn't even live. That's what kind of day I'm having already. Good morning, Frederick. Holy goodness. I just got a delivery to the house, which is so exciting because I can't wait to go through it. It is dresses for the prom, the Scott Key Center prom, which is going to happen in June. And delivery guy came to the door. It's a pallet. I'm so excited to check it out and get the dresses to the people who need them. But it got me in, obviously, all behind. I just ran the whole countdown and it didn't run. Oh, wow. It's going to be a great day. It's a Tuesday. It's raining. Yes, it is. Let's stay dry. I want to say good morning to Tara Flannery. And of course, good morning to Mama Cone. Mama Cone says, stay flowery and hearty. Yes. Stay loving. Let's do that. Okay. Well, good morning, Frederick. I am Danny Gurry, your host. This is show number 275. And just so you know, in 275 shows, I still don't seem to have my together. So you're coming along for the ride. I do want to talk about something that happened yesterday that I'm sure you guys are seeing on the news, probably talk about it with Bob and Chris. I was coming out of the shop at the home of Everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street. I did 4 interviews yesterday, starting at about 3:00. My last one finished up at 6 something. And I was taking out the trash and just happened to look down Market Street and saw a sheriff fire his weapon. Which was kind of shocking, actually. I didn't really even know what was happening. I think it was kind of like a movie, but I definitely knew it was a gunshot. Anyway, so a neighbor who lives next door to the shop happened to be walking up the street at the time. And I was like, oh my God, like I don't know. You just don't really believe that it's happening right there. There were many people out yesterday because it was a nice day, even though they called for the rain. So anyway, found out that, well, what the man told me is when he walked up the street, there was a woman who had flagged down a sheriff saying, I think that she was being threatened by a man, or there was a man with a knife. And anyway, there were shots fired. The person alleged with the knife was shot. I believe he's okay. I think Ash told me yesterday he was flown to shock trauma with two gunshot wounds. When I did walk over to the parking lot, he was moving, so I'm hoping he's okay. However, the first thing I heard was a young lady who was got out of her car in the parking lot where Carmack J's is, and basically said something to the effect of effing cops just shot a guy with a knife. Now, my question, and what I said yesterday to her and to a couple of the people who were standing by who just automatically wanted to place blame on the police officer, the sheriff, what was he supposed to do? If you don't drop the weapon, something terrible is going to happen. If you're threatening people with a weapon, knife or otherwise, could have been a spoon for God's sake. What do you expect the officer to do to try to keep there were a lot of people around to try to keep them safe? Drop the freaking weapon. Now, what I have to say about 90% of the police officers that I know don't want to shoot anybody, no matter what the circumstance is. So let's just give everybody a little bit of grace. Let's give everybody a little bit of space. Let's give the investigation time to come out. There's going to be an investigation, as there always is. But for the love of God, that man, the police officer, sheriff's deputy, is a person who has a family. I believe I know who it was. Let's give everybody a little bit of grace, all right? But it is kind of shocking to walk out at 6:30 or whatever time it was, 6:40. I will say I'm not extraordinarily observant. Actually, I thought I only heard one gunshot. They said there were two. I don't know if they were very close together or I was just not paying attention. Obviously, I was not expecting it. I was just looking down the street. Anyway, look, these things happen. Let's just give everybody a little bit of space before we jump to conclusion on what should or should not have been done. I'm telling you, it was a split second. Everything happened. And then you're sitting there trying to figure out what's going on. As an observer, I don't think we have any room to make any judgments. We weren't the ones in the middle of all of that. All right, enough with that. I don't even have any of my show notes ready to go, but I will real quickly run through this. I did get this updated. We're going to have our morning roundup with Bob Miller and Chris Michaels from WFMD. We're going to talk about, other than shootings, what's happening in Frederick. We're going to highlight some of the great events we have going on in our lovely, lovely town. And it is still a lovely town. We're going to have Under the Hood with Tyler Mead from Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, the official car repair of Good Morning Frederick. They're on the front of my wrap. And Michelle Payton will be here from Pooling for Veterans. I'm hoping, because I actually did that interview last night. I hope it's all ready to go, but I think it is. We're going to have her on, and actually Nicholas Walker's with her too, talking about all the great events going on that they are involved with. Buy the merch, Big Tree Memorial Fund benefits. You can purchase online, promocircus.com/shop, or of course you can come into the shop itself, 401 North Market Street, right in downtown Frederick, Wednesdays to Sundays, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. All right. Oh boy, it's going to be a great day. It is going to be a great day. As long as you think it's going to be a great day, it's going to be a great day. Here we go. Huge thank you to Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard of Frederick, open daily, noon to 9 p.m. While you're there, pick up a hot pretzel or iced coffee as well. They've got those awesome cola floats and twists, and it looks amazing with that cocoa fresh lime on top. Oh, it looks amazing. You can also order on Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats, or just download that free mobile app and place your order and pick it up at the side window. There's no reason not to have Rita's. Morning Roundup is sponsored by Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland. Window tinting, paint protection film, ceramic coating, vinyl wraps like on the Good Morning Frederick car. Also, customized leather upholstered car seats. They can take care of all your aftermarket enhancements. Auto Trim Design of Mid-Maryland, accessories for any lifestyle. Find them on Urbana Pike or at autotrim-md.com. Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. How are you?
Well, I got a stumpy nose, and
got
a stumpy nose, and hacking and coughing and wheezing and whining.
Otherwise, it's a good day for Bob Miller.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, well, I'm probably good that you're sitting there in your own home studio, right?
Yeah. Well, I posted the other day. I said, because Linda had it kind of before me,
right?
And my post was, Linda, I have a really nasty cold. I think I'll do laundry, wash the floor, wash the house, and do the floors, vacuum, stuff like that. And me, I have a nasty cold. I think I'm gonna lay on the couch and whine about it.
Oh yeah, that's the man cold. We know all about that.
Yeah,
we know all about it.
We fully admit it, Danny. That's why women are tasked with having the babies, because they're a lot tougher than us men are, and they can deal with that pain, unlike us men who would just whine about it and say, "Oh no, not again! I got to give birth for the third time. What am I going to do? I can't deal with this." Women just go out there and they tough it out. We love you, women.
That's right. That's
Yes, we
right.
do.
That's why. Yeah. And the funny thing is, we outlive y'all. I don't know on average. I'm not sure how that is.
Well, my wife's not in the room, so I can tell you why. There's a reason why. No, I don't know. You're just better at it than we are.
One of the reasons is, I will say, as a man, you women have a lot better common sense. You don't put ladders on top of ladders on top of ladders to climb a roof like we do. You think of smarter ways and ways without getting hurt.
Yeah,
So
they
that's
tell us
one
to
of the
do it.
reasons.
If you just put another ladder on top of that ladder, you can get it done.
We just tell you to fix it. Figure it out.
My dad would have been able to do it.
That's the good dig, isn't it?
I just call somebody to get it done. I don't do it myself, which is why I'm still alive. I'm not the most. I'm not what you would call a Mr. Fix It. I don't even have the patience to YouTube anything to fix it. I just rather call somebody, pay somebody, get it done, make sure it gets done the right way the first time, and that's it.
Yeah. I can fix a few things, but I do use YouTube videos. But the problem for me is that the big things don't get me. It's the small things, man. The small things just set me off, and I'm just like, oh. I mean, like trying to get the trash bag open so you can put it in the trash, the trash can, and it won't go open after you flip it about 1,000 times. I'm like, just open up, that's me. That's me. Or I trip over a cord. I'm vacuum cleaning. I was vacuum cleaning the house the other day, and I kept tripping over the cord, and I'm like, why is the cord keep being in my feet? Okay.
It is the little things.
I wish
I'm not sure. I know you guys weren't on during my open. I'm a little discombobulated. My door's actually open too here because I just got a delivery at 8:40, which set me back a little bit. I use every second of my time, but and I know maybe Chris will be talking about this in the news. I happened to leave the shop at about 6:40 yesterday, turned to look down Market Street and saw a sheriff officer fire his weapon literally about 75 or 100 yards from where I was standing, which was kind of crazy. Do you have that in the news today?
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Yep. We opened up talking about it this morning.
So our main question was why was it a Frederick County Sheriff's officer, which was answered for us?
What was the reasoning? Because a gentleman who walked up the street said something, and I'm wondering if that was accurate.
He was flagged down. He was just driving through town, and they flagged him down because the guy had a knife, and so he got out of his car, and they just then the altercation took place. And the other thing you said, because I was watching and listening, was that there was only one shot, and that's according to the police report that was sent out, the press release.
So it's so funny you say that, because when I got home, I said to my husband, I only heard one shot. Somebody said two. And then the scanner said the man was hit in his chest and his leg, or two places. But I said, I swear there was only one shot. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Maybe they were quick. But
the Frederick scanner reports what they hear. Okay. When you're in a shooting situation like that, there's a lot of things going on. People are reporting 100%. Different things, and that's what's going out in the scanner. So the Frederick scanner only reports what they get from radio traffic.
So here's what I'm talking about. Number one, the two things that I have heard were accurate, right? The gentleman walked up the street right before this happened and said a woman flagged down an officer to report this. I don't know if she was being threatened or somebody, but she reported the man with the knife. Here's the thing. Here is my big beef. So I did, once all, the police kind of came up, I did kind of walk down toward Carmack J's, which again is like less than a quarter of a block from where I was standing. And I did see the man moving, which was wonderful because, I'm glad that all of that happened. Mm-hmm. The first thing I heard was a young lady who got out of her car. She was probably in her early 20s, said, "Effing cops, just shot a guy with a knife. And I turned to her and I said, firstly, what did you expect him to do? And secondly, I mean, drop the freaking knife. Drop
Right.
the knife. If
Comply.
you're threatening people, you know, she made it sound as if he should have what? Jean-Claude Van Dammed him? I don't know. Like, the guy has a knife, he has a weapon, he's not dropping it. There are a lot of people around. There were a lot of people out last evening because it was still pretty nice out. It was light. Drop the knife. And I turned to her because I think I know who the officer is. I think I know him personally. No one wants to shoot anybody. No matter what you see on TV, no matter what you see or hear, most police officers of any kind don't want to have to fire their weapon at another human being. They don't want to do it. And it is a split-second decision that has to be made to keep everybody safe. So I'm sorry, until you can prove to me without a shadow of a doubt that a police officer is intentionally going around gunning down people, I will not hear of it. And I will defend law enforcement 100% on that. I will die on that hill. Nobody wants to do that. So that's all I have to say. And I said that yesterday. She kind of gave me a look, and I'm like, you know, I don't know what your problem is with law enforcement. I'm grateful that they are here. And, you know, this is a terrible thing on both sides, but Lord, seriously, let's give people a little bit of grace.
There's not a whole lot I can add to what you were saying because I agree with it. What I will say is we've got to be, when I say we, I mean us as a society, have got to wait till the facts come out. Already people are just harassing the Frederick County Sheriff's Department and putting their 2 cents in when they know nothing about it, including our Facebook page. There's some idiot, and I'll say he's an idiot, and I don't care if he's a listener or not a listener, some idiot who commented on our Facebook page accusing some other officer of something that happened a while ago, saying, oh, it's probably this officer who did it, when they have no clue. They have no clue what happened. Those who are on the Sheriff's Department Facebook page, because me and Bob, we interviewed Chuck Jenkins, Sheriff Chuck Jenkins, and they post a lot of times our interviews from the Morning News Express on the Sheriff's Department page. And I go there and read the comments. People are morons, okay? People who are accusing any deputies of anything, they're morons because they do not know the truth. Me and Bob are pro-law enforcement. We always be pro-law enforcement. But however, if something is wrong or if something's not right, when facts come out, if a deputy or an officer in any situation is wrong, well, of course, we will say it. The point is, we do not know what happened. Right now,
if he, you know, here's the thing. The problem with our society today is the officer is going to be absolutely just run through the coals no matter, because you know it's going to take quite some time for an investigation to come out. And if the sheriff's department does the investigation, everybody's going to say, oh, they're just defending their guy and whatever it is. Well, I'm sorry. I'm here to say 100%. I stand behind law enforcement 100%. Bad apples are very rare. It is a small percentage of our law enforcement that are the bad apples. And for people to just automatically want a guy who's wielding a knife to have full reign to just terrorize people, well, I'm not standing for it in our town. And I love our city. I love our county. And I'm sorry, you know, that this is going to go sideways for a while for that sheriff's deputy, because he was just trying to protect the people who are just normal everyday citizens, not breaking the law. So my thing is, don't break the law. Don't, you know, when you're stopped or when a law enforcement officer tells you to do something, just do it. And everybody walks away. It'll be straightened out later. Like, I don't know. Drives me crazy. Really does.
We think, I mean, we're not positive that he might have been an off-duty officer as well. And the other thing is you talked about the investigation. The investigation is going to be handled by the Frederick City Police Department.
All right.
So it's a different jurisdiction,
Right.
different group. So, yeah, you're right. And I mean, the young lady who got out and was saying, you know, that about the police, did you see that she had a cell phone in her hand? And was she making commentary so she can get clicks, likes, and shares? You know, and I'm sure that if that person got out and somebody was stabbed and the police officer was there, it's like, why didn't you shoot him?
Right.
I mean, you know, you're damned if you do and you're
100%.
damned if you don't.
Right. 100%.
So what? Again, we don't know. We're still figuring out the facts of the case. We're kind of just having a conversation, speculating right now. But what happens in a situation like that? Should the deputy not defend themselves? Should that deputy just get stabbed? Again,
Well,
we don't know the facts of the case.
Yeah. Or should that deputy say, sorry, I'm off duty. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
call
and-
911, see,
and
see
that's-
what's going, hopefully someone will be here soon. Like, I mean,
And
again.
that's another thing that keeps popping up. What drives me nuts is the fact that, well, why was the deputy, a Frederick County Sheriff's deputy, not, there in the first place? Is not their jurisdiction. Well, that's not true. The entire county of Frederick County is the jurisdiction of the Sheriff's Department. It's Frederick City's in Frederick County. Now, obviously, Frederick City Police is number one in that jurisdiction in Frederick City, but Frederick County deputies always drive downtown Frederick. Maybe they're going from one place to another. Maybe they're stopping there to get something to eat. If somebody flags them down, especially if they're on duty, they have to respond because it still is Frederick County. Now, maybe they'll, if it's not an emergency, they'll get, Frederick City Police involved or something like that. But they do have jurisdiction all over the county of Frederick, just like the Maryland State Police have jurisdiction all around the state of Maryland. So just drop that,
Right.
for those out there who want to say, well, they were in the wrong part of town.
Well, and people will come up, and we can talk about this all day ad nauseum. But I mean, Frederick City has the crisis car, but this was somebody who was flagged down. They were on the streets. There were people on the streets.
There were
even the crisis car. Well, and you've got innocent people. So, and we understand, according to the report that was sent to us by Katie Robine from the Frederick County Sheriff's Department. She's the PIA, right? Public
PIO.
Information Officer, PIO, excuse me, and said that he was having a mental crisis. So obviously there was something going on there. And it's like, I applaud the officer or the deputy, because sometimes you see people just unloading on him, and he just shot him once and disarmed him. And then he took care of him, and he, attended his wounds.
They took care. I mean, when I went and looked, I mean, that's all they were doing was taking care of him, making sure he was okay. Like I said, thank God that he, will survive. I hope he gets the help he needs. And I did see the crisis car pull up with several Frederick City police officers, who came straight away and, we're taking care of things that needed to be taken care of. But I just have to say, stop with the nonsense that it's like these officers are walking around just looking for somebody to shoot. I'm sorry. That's just not the way it is.
Nope.
These are real people who many have, have families. Well, they all have families somewhere, but, they don't want to do it. They want to keep the citizens safe. And I thank God for them every day that they're doing that job, because it is the hardest job, especially when you come under scrutiny like this.
Right.
So,
Right. Absolutely.
Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, if you doubt, then take a ride along one time.
Yeah.
And just see even the most, and because I've done them, and even the most, at the end of it all, even the most innocuous or not a non-event is an event that they're driving up to. Real quick.
Yep.
I mean, we had a hostage situation that I was in, and it was, house on the hill. They had, hostage situation, and they had no idea what they were going into.
Right.
And so and the officer looked at me and he said, or the deputy at the time said, do you know how to use one of these? Pointed to a shotgun. I'm like, yep. And he goes, if you need to protect yourself. He goes, but hide behind the door if shots start to get fired. And I'm like, you're not thinking that they are? He goes, no, but you never know what you're walking into. And the adrenaline pumps, you never know what you're walking into. That case was a daughter who was mad because her dad wouldn't let her go see her boyfriend. but you don't know what you're walking into.
Right.
And that's what they deal with every single day. And for somebody to walk up and go effing cops, one day you're going to need those cops, and they're going to be there for
again, if something were to happen, what's the first thing people do? Right. So yeah. And I recommend everybody. I did a ride along. God, it was probably 30 years ago, maybe even a little longer. And it was the craziest thing ever. And you have a new appreciation, like you say, every traffic stop, like you say, innocuous, pulling you over because you were speeding. And you never know. You don't know what's going to happen. So anyway, I'll get off of that, but I'm just saying until somebody can absolutely prove to me otherwise, I'm 100% behind our law enforcement. I thank them for what they do every day. And
covering up, I have to blow my nose.
Okay.
Yep. No, listen, and that's it. Honestly, I'm not even going to get into news because that was the basic news. I can kind of tell you what, just for those who are tuning in, wondering what exactly we're talking about. I can kind of give you what we know right now as far as what we were just talking about. We were talking about the investigations continuing into an officer-involved shooting yesterday night in downtown Frederick. Sheriff's office says that around 6:45 p.m., one of its deputies was flagged down in the 300 block of North Market Street for an individual experiencing a mental health crisis in the parking lot of the Old Town Tavern. The individual approached the deputy with a knife. The person was given multiple commands to drop the weapon. Keyword was given multiple commands to drop the weapon, but refused. The deputy fired one shot, striking the individual. That is all we know right now. And as we're saying, for those, else we're posting false information on Facebook, stop doing it because you are the cause of the problems. Let's see what happens with the investigation. And again, let's hope the person who was shot, even though he or she shouldn't have been welding that knife, hope that person, that individual, gets the help that they really need. And let's not judge the deputy or the department until we get all the facts of the case. And that's what they're currently working on now. So there you go. Real quickly, I'll get into weather. It's a rainy day out there. Currently 65 out there. Raining at least over here at Grove Hill Road at our studios. We're going to get to a high of 67, low of 60 tonight. You're going to see rain for most of the morning and evening. Same thing pretty much tomorrow. Going to be a high of 71. There'll be some rain showers tomorrow and Thursday. Looking at morning rain showers, high 78. And that is the news. Bob will hit you now with sports.
Well, real quick, tomorrow, let's talk about the fact that they want to have electronic digital hall passes. You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, well, Chris can. So that's good news. That's good news. Chris can't hear me. That's okay. But digital hall passes, we were talking about those this morning, too. That's a kind of an interesting conversation to have. But let's talk sports because there's a lot to talk. Capitals are on the verge of being eliminated out of the playoffs. They got beat yesterday by the Carolina Hurricanes by a score of 5-2. Ovi had a one-timer blast, but on a 5-3 power play, but didn't really matter. They were already going to lose. Nats lost again. They are 6 losses in a row, this time to the Atlanta Braves 4-3. The real big news out there is high school, and we've got a lot of it. Girls lacrosse, Middletown over Boonesboro, 11-9. The Knights won the regional championship behind 4 goals from Kim Appel. Class 3A action, Linganore over Oakdale by a score of 8-7. 4A action, it was Urbana over TJ. 10 different players scored to help the Hawks defend their regional crown. Boys lacrosse yesterday saw Middletown over Boonesboro 21-6. Class 3A, Linganore over South High, 20-2. It was Century over Walkersville in Class 2A action by a score of 14-12. Urbana over Northwest by a score of 17-0 in 4A action. Baseball action, Class 3A, it was Linganore over Manchester Valley, 6-7. The Lancers, Chase Perry had pitched 6 in the third innings, striking out 9 and scattering 5 hits for the win. They'll take on Oakdale now because Oakdale at 4 p.m. should be today at Frederick Community College. I have a feeling that's going to be rained out. Class 1A softball action yesterday, it was Catoctin. They're just rolling. They rolled over Brunswick 8-0. Catoctin will host South Carroll Wednesday in the final. Class 2A, it was Middletown over Walkersville, 1-0. 3A, Linganore over Oakdale. They'll host Tuscarora on Wednesday for the final because Tuscarora beat South High by a score of 9-0. 4A action, it was Urbana over Clarksburg. They'll head on to Northwest. They'll travel to Northwest on Wednesday for that finale, and because Northwest defeated Frederick by a score of 12-1. Eagles and the Cowboys will defend their they'll be the opening game football on Thursday, which to kick off the season, which I actually thought that's kind of bad. It should have been the Eagles and the Commanders, as it was the NFC championship game. Let's have them open up the season. I thought that would have been a better game, but
yeah, I agree.
We all know the Cowboys pull in more people than the Commanders.
That's why. Wait, so this is already happening?
No,
wait, this is happening coming up.
September. Yeah.
September. Okay. The opening games. Right. And I saw some stuff about the Commanders maybe going to Madrid.
Oh, really?
Commanders have never played overseas ever.
So that'd be interesting. Yeah. That'd be interesting. Yeah. I don't think the Cowboys ever played overseas either. Certain coaches have a little bit more pull. So there you go. I mean, hey, my kids ain't going over there. I don't know why. Yeah. Be fun.
Well, I gotta say, I need the Caps just to try to. This kind of is their
swan song,
typical story. Of
what happened. Right. I mean, it would be one of the greatest comebacks ever if they come down from 3 games to 1. I just don't see it happening. The Carolina, the Hurricanes
they seem to be running out of some steam, but anyway.
Yep.
We'll see what they do. All right.
I'll see you on Wednesday or tomorrow, then Wednesday at the movie theaters.
Yes. Tomorrow. We got it. It's coming up and what's happening in Frederick. But our movie night tomorrow, come join us at Warehouse Cinemas. You get to see Bob in real life, IRL. Chris and I. We're going to be out there and we're going to have a great time seeing The Never-Ending Story at 7:00. But if you don't want to see the movie, it's okay. Just come hang out with us from 5 to 7 at Warehouse Cinemas. Maybe drop a couple dollars into our bin for Christmas cash for kids. I'll buy your first drink and you can head on out. I'd love that as well.
That sounds like a plan.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.
Right. See you tomorrow.
Bye. All right. Oh, I'm sorry to get so heavy on a rainy, drab Tuesday. But, these things happen. We can't ignore them. And I happen to be there. So I kind of had that first person viewpoint. And I tell you this, it is it's still a great town. We've still got a great town, I got to tell you. Yes, Tara, cannot wait. Can't wait to see you there tomorrow night as well. And hi, Michelle Payton. We're going to see you on the show just after these few messages coming up. We're going to go over what's happening in Frederick. We're going to highlight some of your events. Then we've got Tyler Under the Hood with Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, and Michelle and Nicholas from Pulling for Veterans. All coming up right after this.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Experience an unforgettable vacation at the Salty Seahorse on the 4x4 beach in Corolla, North Carolina. Enjoy the pool, relax in the hot tub, fish, and kayak right off the private dock. The Salty Seahorse will be your forever vacation home. Go to thesaltyseahorse2201.com.
Hi, I'm Devin, your friendly neighborhood shower door expert. Upgrade your bathroom with a beautiful glass shower door, custom fit to accent your space and make getting into your shower one of the highlights of your day. Come see us at our brand new showroom in Frederick, Maryland, or online at showerdoorexperts.com.
Okay, let's talk about what is happening. Oh, I can't do that yet. I cannot do that yet because I'm not prepared, as everything else has thrown me totally off. For sure, on what's happening in Frederick. But I will say this. Happening in Frederick is proudly sponsored by Taco Bar in Frederick and Taquito in Hagerstown. Plus, you've also got the Gaithersburg location of Taco Bar. You can find it at 3 Russell Avenue in Gaithersburg. You can find it off Route 40 in West Point Plaza in Frederick. And Taquito is at 812 Frederick Street in Hagerstown, all with amazing, authentic, quality food and you get the drive-through experience with taquito. Go to tacobar1.com or taquitobytacobar.com to get more information and check it out. All right, Souls of Joy. We are in full swing of shoe collections. Now, I have found some shoes on sale at Boscov's for just $5.99. Adorable little slip-on, little sneakers, little slip-on shoes, $5.99 each. So, who can send me $5.99 right now? You can Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or Zelle me. All my details are right there on screen. I'd love to be able to buy 10 pairs of shoes today. So if I could get $50, I'll do that right after the show. I'm going to do it right online. I've got them all sitting right in my cart. It'd be about 60 some dollars, but $50. If you got $50 today, I would love to be able to pick up some shoes. My goal, I think I said 300 pairs. I know that is very lofty. I didn't even think I was going to get to 200, and then I think I got to 250 or 270 last year. So I know I can do 300 because I've got so many great new viewers and subscribers, and you guys are all awesome. So again, I don't need everybody to send me $100. Send me $10, and that gets me 2 pairs of shoes if you can. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Zelle. And if you're anything like me, if I've got money in a Venmo account, it's like free money. I don't know. That's the way I treat it. All right. And if you're out shopping and you find some great deals on shoes, some clearance items, first of all, text me. Let me know that there's a sale, because I will go straight there. And you can drop off those shoes to the home of everything Frederick, of course, Wednesdays to Sundays, 11 to 4. Or at the Orioles Nest, right kind of on Route 40 behind Burlington Coat Factory in that shopping center. If you want to be a collection site for some shoes, let me know. You can email me at danny@promocircus.com. But we would love to be able to hit 5,000 pairs of shoes. Now, Julie Gaver is retired from the event Souls of Love. However, she has given the blessing to Key City Rotary to carry on this event. All right. Good morning, Pete. How are you? Maybe you can help me. Maybe put the word out that we're collecting new shoes for kids of Frederick County. I would love that. And if anyone can donate, I will take the money directly. If it's a business that wants to donate and get a receipt and all of that sort of stuff, I can make that happen as well. I'll do the shopping for you. Yes, Michelle, you were the one who told me about those shoes on sale, and I love a good sale, and I love some cute shoes. So there you go. We want to make sure the kids of Frederick County start the school year with new shoes, because as Julie said, when she started this event, there is nothing worse for a child to start school and not have a pair of shoes or a new pair of shoes to do that in. All right. So we're going to help. All right. Today through Friday, it is Armed Forces Week at Mission Barbecue. You can check out the schedule. I've got it there. Today is Marine Corps. Active duty service member and veterans get a free sandwich today. Today is also the Veteran Service Center open house. It is on Monocacy Boulevard, 3 to 6 p.m. today. You can head over there, check out everything that they've got. Even if you're just a community member, not just a community member, if you are a community member, not a veteran or first responder, it's okay, because the more you know about what is on offer, the better you're able to answer questions for somebody else. All right. And then tomorrow night, it is here. It is our big movie night for Christmas Cash for Kids. Warehouse Cinemas. We'll be there 5 to 7, just hanging out, mingling. I've got some of my new Good Morning Frederick magnets. You can come get it. Here's the thing. You send me a photo of this on your car, you're going to get a Maryland Lottery scratch off, free, no questions asked, simple, done. Leave this on your car, because starting in September, it's going to be watch and win. And if I show your car on this show, then you win $100 if you claim it within 24 hours. You got 24 hours to claim that that's your vehicle, $100. So either way, you're going to get some money through, well, hopefully. So anyway, with Maryland Lottery scratch offs and Good Morning Frederick. All right. So I will have that tomorrow. And then we have a little donation bucket. So if you don't want to stay for the movie, like there's some people I know, they're like, I don't want to watch that never ending story. No problem. No sweat. Drop a couple dollars into our donation bin for Christmas Cash for Kids, and you are fine. Also, I'm going to get your first drink. So I'll be handing out drink tickets. So come on up and see me. I'll have a card for the beer wall. But if beer's not your thing, I will take care of you. Okay. Then May 15th, it is the Wags for Hope fundraiser at Texas Roadhouse. I'm just going to run through a couple more of these because we're running a little behind because got on my soapbox and pushed everything back. May 16th, Thurmont Art and Wine Stroll is happening at 11 Water Street. 20 artisans, 12 wineries, distilleries, and breweries. That's going to be fun in Thurmont. And then it is also Relay for Life of Frederick County at FCC. May 17th, Armed Forces Day at Mission Barbecue. Lunch with the Heroes with a live national anthem at noon. Then 11 to 4, we got our pop-up vendor event at the home of everything Frederick with tote bags, drinkware, natural wellness. And we've got one of our local insurance agents who will be out there with some giveaways and some fun information as well. Noon to 3, our Dream Pursuits concession trailers unveiled at the PNC Bank on Monocacy Boulevard. And 7 to midnight, I am going to be at the Moose Lodge for Kicking Up a Cure. That's right, raising money for St. Jude. Tickets are $30. You get line dancing. You get apps. The apps are from Texas Roadhouse. The dinner is from Whistle Stop. The desserts are from Clustered Spires Bakery. You get all that for $30. Now bring some extra cash because there'll be some 50-50 raffles. There's going to be some silent auctions as well, all for St. Jude. So I'm going to be out there. I'm going to drag Mama Cone out there as well. We're going to do some line dancing. I'm not very coordinated, but it'll be fun. And I'd love to see you out at the Moose Lodge as well. May 18th is Kids Expo at Key Stadium. I'm going to be out there from noon to 2 broadcasting live for WFRE. Then I'm going to stay from 2 to 4. I'm going to be out there noon to 4 with Good Morning Frederick, again, handing out those awesome magnets and other goodies. I'm going to have a bunch of Bluetooth speakers. Do you remember the ones I showed you? Hold on right here. All right. I got these awesome Bluetooth speakers. Good Morning Frederick. All you got to do to get one is come up to me, show me you have subscribed to YouTube, you like me on Facebook, and I'm going to ask you to send a text to our text line. Those 3 things, you'll get one of these while supplies last. Now I have like 20, so get out to me soon, and I'd love to give you one of those. I'll also have some t-shirts and some keychains and some other stuff to give away. So come see me May 18th, noon to 4 at the Kids Expo at Keys Stadium. At 12:30 to 4:30 is Bingo for Pities at the Elks Lodge, and 1 to 5 on Saturday and Sunday is Beyond the Garden Gates tour. It's a Celebrate Frederick event, so go to celebratefrederick.com for more details about that. All right, got to take one more quick break so we can get to Under the Hood with Tyler from Ken's Automotive and Transmissions. And so we can hear from Michelle and Nicholas from Pulling for Veterans about a lot of great things that they are doing coming up that you're going to want to know about. And of course, I will make sure they are all on our calendar as well. All right, all of that after this.
At Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic, we understand how pain can hold you back. We're here to understand what you're going through. For a limited time, you can schedule your first visit for just $50. Give us a call and mention Good Morning Frederick, and let's get you feeling better.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's
Who's always wanted to go to Alaska? Well, that's me. And I'm putting together a trip June 9th through June 20th of 2026. I would love for you to join me. I'm working together with Antietam World Travel Service to put together an amazing itinerary featuring both land and sea. We're going to see all the great stuff you see when you go to Alaska. I promise it's going to be a lot of fun. Go to bit.ly/Alaska2 for more information. I really have to redo that. bit.ly/GMF Alaska 2. I will share that on my social media so you get to the right place. But anyway, if you've ever thought about going to Alaska, there's no obligation. All you got to do is go to that link and put in your details. We're going to have 2 information nights coming up later this year. And you can come hear about the trip, hear from the representative from Princess Cruises, and they also represent the land portion. There's a train apparently that takes you right to the resorts. So excited about it. Would love for you to join me. It's June next year. So we can start saving now. I know I will need to. So we got plenty of time to do it, and would love for you to come along. All right. A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they're located right here in Frederick. They specialize in roofing and siding. They can also take care of any window issues you're having, put on new gutters, or just the gutter toppings. That's what I got. It's like this mesh metal thing that keeps the leaves from getting in there. Excuse me. They can even build you a new patio and deck. Call 301-703-2157 or email info@ansconstruction.net. Remember, you get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. Just tell Sandra you saw her on Good Morning Frederick, and there you go. That's your screenshot right there as a reminder. Now you will know that you need to reach out to her. All right. Oh, we're going to move. Oh, you know what? I did not do this either. Okay. Let's do, that's going to start right away. Let me do this first. All right. Let's do this because we got to do this. Oh, well, I'm going to get to them next. All right. I'm just, floundering along right now. We're going to get to under the hood because we're talking headlights. Do you have any problems with your headlights? I know I did. I'm at Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, downtown Frederick, corner of Jefferson and Patrick Streets. This is Tyler Mead, and this business has been in the family since 1968, and you guys do everything bumper to bumper for a car, and today we're talking about headlights.
Yes, headlight restorations.
Headlight restoration. I do notice, even in the car I've got, which is a little bit older, they get a little yellowed and you can't really see.
Yep. Yeah, they actually can cause your bulbs to burn out quicker too.
Really?
Yep. Superheats the inside and it causes them to, because the light doesn't actually shine through. It gets blocked and then it causes heat inside.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Learn something new every time I come here. So what do you guys do? How do you fix that up?
Yeah, so the oxidation is what basically is your yellowing that you have on the front of your headlight. We wet sand them down 3,000, 2,000, and then 1,000 grit, and just get everything nice and smooth. And it basically looks like clouding when we get done.
Okay.
And then we take a clear coat to seal it, and the clear coat is what actually makes it transparent.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. And so with headlight, when does this typically happen to vehicles?
Usually it's a matter of how they make the headlight. Some of them are underneath your hood a little bit, so they get less yellowing. But rain and just dirt buildup and stuff like that, and then obviously the weather conditions, they cause them to yellow and just get built up. So what we do is just basically clean them down so it's just bare plastic.
Yeah.
And then we clear coat them and make sure they're transparent.
That's nice. And I bet that clear coating will last a little bit of time for the headlights.
Yeah, if you think it's hard to see at night, more than likely you need a light
Yeah.
restoration.
I have had that occasionally. It's like, I think my lights are on. Not so sure.
Yeah, it almost looks like you got a headlight out.
Yeah, you might need to come to Ken's Automotive and Transmissions. Just go to kentrans.com. You can schedule your appointment right online. Let me tell you, it is bumper to bumper service here. While you're here, they can also check out everything else to make sure your fluid levels are good. And, you know, if you need that oil change, you can do that here too, along with the big stuff like transmissions and engines and all that good stuff too.
Nope.
We thank you guys so much for being a part of Frederick since 1968, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions.
Thank you, Danny.
All right, we want to thank Tyler and Ken's Automotive and Transmission, the official car repair for Good Morning Frederick. All right, now we've got Michelle Payton and Nicholas Walker from Pulling for Veterans talking about a lot of the great things they have coming up that we're going to want you to make sure you're aware of. Let's see what we got. Here we go. At the home of everything Frederick, 401 North Market Street. I'm with Nicholas Walker, Michelle Payton, Pulling for Veterans. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
All right, we got some fun stuff coming up.
Lots of stuff coming up.
I know, you guys are very busy. You just finished up your flea market, your first one. You got two more.
Yep, two more on August the 3rd and September the 14th.
Okay.
So people can still register. You can go to our Facebook page to find the link to sign up to be a vendor.
Okay.
Had a good turnout except for the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do anything about that.
No.
But
And it did show up.
it did.
All day it showed
In
up.
full force.
Yeah, it was not letting up at all.
No.
At all. Okay.
On Memorial Day weekend, we'll be going down to the annual Rolling to Remember demonstration ride. That's the national weekend of remembrance for those that are still missing in action and prisoners of war.
Okay.
To honor all those that have served. Over that weekend, we get to set up a vendor tent at Thunder Alley.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking for any volunteers that like to hang out in the city and like the excitement of being down there that want to come and hang out with us over the weekend.
That's a pretty big event.
Yeah, that Friday evening we'll be providing transportation for any veteran or guest from Frederick, Maryland that wants to go to the Vietnam Wall Vigil that they have that evening at dusk. It's quite a powerful ceremony to be a part of. So anyone that wants to do that can reach out to us to reserve a seat.
Okay.
And we'll be providing transportation down that evening and back the same night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you guys go back the next day?
Then Saturday we'll be there set up at Thunder Alley.
Yeah.
Then Sunday morning we go back to DC. We'll be leaving from the FSK Mall parking lot again for any motorcyclists that want to participate.
Okay.
And we have an escorted police escort out of Frederick County from the
Nice.
Frederick County Sheriff's Department, working on finalizing the Montgomery County portion of it. So the motorcyclists and traveling with us all have that honor and the safety of getting down the road.
Yep.
And-
Okay. That's Memorial Weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
And then that Monday we'll be in the National Memorial Day Parade in DC.
Wow.
Right.
And we have two new veterans that have joined us in manually pulling the trailer with chains on them in the parades, Tommy Bonner and Gail Bell.
Yeah,
They'll
we
both-
saw the video of Gail when we
Yeah.
interviewed her. We played that. That was in Brunswick, right? At the
In
veteran-
Easton.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
right. That's right. That was the
50th
The
anniversary.
50th anniversary of the
Veterans.
end of the Vietnam War.
That's right. Yes, that was really wild. That's great.
Yeah, so they'll all be with us that day. That goes up Constitution Avenue. It's supposed to be national coverage on all the television channels. So
nice.
everybody at home on your Memorial Day weekends, tune in
Yeah.
and watch the parade.
That's right. That's right. And then June, you guys have something, yeah?
Yes, June 21st, we'll have our annual Veteran Family Fun Day
All right.
in Burkittsville. We've requested a little bit cooler weather this
yes,
year.
We have. We have put that request in early and often.
Yes, we all melted a little bit
We
last
did.
year, that 100-degree day.
It was still a beautiful day. It was great to see all the veterans and their families turn out for
Yeah.
amazing food and drink and entertainment and a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So,
and it's always a privilege to be able to do such things for the veterans.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Now, how can how can people register for that? Outreach at Pulling for Veterans.
Outreach at pullingforveterans.org, and there'll be a link put on our Facebook page next week that people can just go directly to it and sign up for however many tickets they need.
Nice.
Yes.
Excellent. That's really good.
And then we are having a candlelight vigil at Memorial Park here in downtown Frederick at the corner of Benson 2nd Street on the evening of June 27th.
Okay.
That's National PTSD Awareness Day.
I started talking about this on the show.
Yep.
Yes, and we added it to our calendar.
Yes, so we'll have that visual that evening at dusk. Bring a friend, bring a flashlight, bring a chair.
Yeah.
And anyone that wants to honor someone that they've lost to suicide, they'll have an opportunity to say their names and so forth if they so choose.
Yeah, and that's really the entire effort that you guys make in starting Pulling for Veterans is to honor those that we've lost to suicide with PTSD. And it's an education program where people can rent your trailers that have education for people on things to spot.
On one side, we have all about veterans, which is PTSD. We have behavioral triggers, invisible wounds. So what we're looking at on the other side of the trailer is all about the caregivers, because caregivers need care too. And usually a veteran's so self-absorbed that we really don't notice the pain we put the family through.
Sure.
So, and then we put a veteran who has lost his battle to PTSD on the back of the trailer. So that makes it real. Yeah. So we'll have our trailers down there on the, at all our events, of course.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
especially with the families coming in for the candlelight vigil, we'll have them there as well.
Yeah. So a lot of great things coming up over the next few months. You guys are keeping busy as always, making sure to take care of our veterans. Yes. You still have the motorcycle classes that veterans can register for free.
Mm-hmm.
To take classes at Hagerstown or FCC.
Correct.
To have the training to ride a motorbike.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
The Riding Academy, they provide the training motorcycles as well as everything.
Yeah.
So if you're a veteran, you want to ride with the Legion riders, your AMVETS riders, VFW riders, come on out, go through the Riding Academy. They provide the bikes, they provide everything. And we're working on different partnerships with motorcycle stores as well as insurance companies and banks.
Nice. But at least get your license, and that makes you one step closer to being able to go on some of these tribute rides and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, which is really great.
Yeah.
All right. We'll have everything on the calendar. Of course, we'll be talking about it on the show as it comes up. If you have any questions, of course, you can always email outreach@pullingforveterans.org. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for having us. And remember, over the Memorial Weekend, we will have a lot of motorcycle riders out here. Please look twice before you pull out, before you turn. We're very small. You won't see us, but, beware of us.
Yeah. I think Memorial Weekend and every weekend.
Yeah.
Every day.
Now that the warm weather's warm, yes.
Yep.
The weather is nice. A lot more people are out on two wheels, and we need to keep our eyes peeled.
Most definitely.
Most definitely.
All right.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
All right. Yes, a lot of great things going on for our veterans, thanks to pullingforveterans.org. All right, that about wraps it up for me today. Mark your calendar. I'll see you tomorrow evening in person, in real life, IRL. I love it. For our movie night. I hope to see you out there tomorrow. But in the meantime, let's get out there. Let's do what we know how to do. Let's be great.